Hello, everyone. This is Duran's Healing, and welcome to tonight's Healing Circle. For those of you who are new here, welcome to my channel, where I provide weekly energetic updates for the collective. And as I began to blaze this fire tonight, gather around and contribute your very powerful energy, whether it be a like, a share, subscribe, or comment below to let me know how these messages are showing up in your world. And for those of you who are new here, my name is Duran's Healing, and I provide Cowrie Divination Show readings. And this is an ancient indigenous technology system where I use crystals, stones, bones, and a lot of assorted items here in conjunction with the 5 elements: the fire, the water, the earth, the nature, and the mineral. And this technology system allows me to see the energies moving throughout the cosmos. And with that being said, I would like to wish a happy Father's Day to all of you out here in the Healing Circle who are celebrating this day. The big shout out to you all. And I would also like to shout out to the flame. For those of you who show up here in this blazing fire, showing your energy, getting the messages, and just contributing your energy, I absolutely love to see you all, and it would not be possible for me to be here without you all showing your very powerful energy. And I just wanted to acknowledge you, to let you know I see you all, and I'm very grateful any and every time you show up in the Healing Circle. And with that being said, I would like to jump right into the stones to see what the higher energy has in store for us tonight. And the message that's speaking the loudest is coming from the spirit guides, the ancestor team, or the higher team, and they're landing itself between the fire and the nature. This is very interesting because what it's suggesting to me is that there may be energy that is showing up in your world that may be radically different from each other. Some remnants, but one is very polarizing, very magical, and the other may be a little bit more spiritual, intuitive, internal for you. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing here. But the higher energy is pushing you in this position, in this dual element, because of your power is grounding itself. And they're bringing attention to it because there's something about you being spiritual is very potent right now. And the way the energies are moving, it is important that you stay grounded and solidified within yourself to maximize the opportunities that are coming to you in this energetic wavelength here. They want you to be strong. They want you to be viewed as a person of power, because the spiritual side of you, the magical side of you, is everything that is embodying one of power. You're not playing it small. You shouldn't be playing it small. And because this energy is so highlighted and at the forefront of this message, there's something here about the authenticity of your frequency, the wisdom that you embody. Yeah, the bell is here. It's something that you know. It's something that's internal within you. But the radiation or the vibration of your energy is a correlation to the spirit world you're attached to, the spiritual energy that you're attached to. I'm seeing a legacy. I'm seeing your family system. I'm seeing that you come from a line of masters, a line of leaders, a line of very powerful energies. And the authenticity of your frequency is one of power. Yeah, it's not the time for you to play small. This is not the energy that you come from. This is not the spiritual landing place of your forefathers. And you can feel this on an intuitive level, because on the back end, On the fiery side of you, you're not one to be played with. You may not show this on the external side of you unless you're trapped or placed or pushed into a certain position, is what I'm seeing here. But when this side of you is met at the corners or pushed inside of a corner, they will feel the flame of your energy. But this message is suggesting to me that this side of you shouldn't have to be pushed into a corner for it to be felt. No, they're saying you should embody this on a more external level, and that is what this energy is speaking to. Very powerful energy. And it's because the authenticity of your frequency has a key that is unlocking the door, or have the capacity to unlock the door of your protection. It's like your forefathers have built this energetic coding within your frequency that reveals or uncodes or decodes this clause within you that says one of power. And in order for you to gain access to it, you must radiate on a certain vibration, on a certain frequency, carry a certain level of confidence in order for it to be unleashed. And now is the time for the unlocking of that door. And they're saying that there is protection here. So if you're wondering or worrying about how people may perceive you, or worrying about if you're covered, it's attached to this clause. It's attached to this contract. And the energies here that are moving in the flame, that's where I'm at. We're in the spirit world, so they're speaking very loudly. And this cluster of stones that I'm stumbling upon is your doll that represents you inside of your community ring. And there's 2 shells sitting on the dolls that represents you on your shoulders. And on the left side, I'm seeing on your shoulders is your path to wisdom, the thing that you embark on. And it's very spiritual. And on the other side, on your right shoulder, is your brilliant stone. And what I'm downloading here in this cluster of stones landing in the fire is that you may be operating on this dual energy, being a person of community, a communal being, but you're also a leader in this way, because the initial message started out with the platform of power and the fire, your forefathers. So it places you on a position, or in a position to be a leader no matter where you go. And you may not carry this hierarchical or egotistical element within you. It's like any time you step into the room, you have a certain level of knowledge. You wouldn't enter a room without you knowing what space you're going into. There is also a level of brilliance in you to know how to maneuver and where to place your energy. Especially when it comes to the crowd, especially when it comes to surrounding yourself around people. You're not the kind of person that would just be around any and everybody. No, you're very clear about where you put your energy. Because there's something in you that knows you come with this level of frequency, with this level of brilliance, and you want to use it to rise up the people, to excel the energetic vibration of any group or any mass of people that you're in contact with. You're very strategic about that, very brilliant when you come to maneuvering yourself in that way. Not only, I'm getting a second download here, not only do you do this in the paradigm that you live in, there's also something else deeper going on out here in the flame, out here in the spirit world. It's like on one end, you're in the crowd, you're very sociable, you're going to events, very external with your energy, but on the opposite side, or on the other end, you go MIA. You go missing in action. And the reason for this is because you have this dual leadership role, and it's also landing in the spirit realm. It's like you go missing from the paradigm that you live in, skipping yourself into another dimension because you have the spiritual leverage to do that. It's because you've done the work. You've ascended and elevated yourself to a place of mastery, so much so that your frequency can bounce in and out of timelines. And on 1 minute, you're in the paradigm, dancing and socializing with the people around you. And the next thing you know, the people in the paradigm that you live in cannot even perceive you. They can't get in contact with you, and they're wondering, where the hell did you go? They're still thirsting for your energy. They want you back outside. However, for you, the energy has overwhelmed you. And now you have to take this time to filter it out. That's the sophistication. That's your brilliance. To kind of commune with the spirit world. But it looks like isolation. It looks like you going within, retreating back inside of you. But what you're doing is going into another dimension. That's how full your world is. That's how vast seeing your world in the realm of community, landing itself in the fire. And when you go within, there is something about a congregation, you communing with the spirit world. I'm not particularly sure what you do. I don't know if you have an altar. I don't know if you just stop speaking to people. Something happens very deeply here that drives your force. It's like what I'm downloading is like you retracting your energy allows you to stay on the cutting edge. It's like you're a leader. And in order for you to stay in this leadership position, you have to keep your vibration at a certain frequency of excelling, of a higher status. In order for you to do that, you commune, you isolate, and have this very intimate conversation or some intimate relationship with the spirit. But I'm not particularly sure what this is, but I would like to dive into the cars to see what this brilliant stone that's landing in the fire surrounding the communal part of you is about. And in terms of this brilliant stone that's landing in the fire, the cards that came out were out of place, new age, pressure, harsh, light, and guidance. And what I'm downloading here in terms of the cards is that there's something in you that has always been out of place. Yeah, like you've been something like a sore thumb. It's like there's one side of you or a certain percentage of you that can exist socially, that can exist in the crowd, that can exist in society, but at some point you meet this threshold where your energy just starts to feel out of place. Like this pressure starts to boil up within you to let you know that you have to get out of there. You have to get to a different place, and you may not necessarily know why this always happened to you. But the truth of the matter here is that there is a new age of energy that you are ushering in by your frequency alone. And by you carrying this kind of new age consciousness, through your brilliance, through your light, the perception about how you socialize may come off as a bit harsh. I'm not here to say whether you're moving or operating in a healthy or unhealthy way. I'm just reading from the top down. But it may not look as seamless, but the energy that you're embodying has more to do with your position of power and the role that you're playing right now. Because you're a carrier of this level of brilliance, you're ushering in a new wave of consciousness That's why you cannot stay in the collective consciousness but for so long, because you're here to break ground. You're here to put pressure on it in order for a new wave of thinking to occur. And in order for this thinking to seep into this reality, people must feel your energy, because they can't feel it for too long. They have to get a taste of it, not a full meal. And it may appear harsh because people may want to eat off your energy more than you have the capacity to stay in place for it. In order for you to stay of light, you have to keep ascending or stay on this higher path, because the density of the energy around you is too harsh. Yeah, the way people may perceive your energy may be harsh by not constantly being out there with them in the way that they expect you to be. But for you, it's the same message. Staying out there in community for too long feel harsh on your energy. You may turn into a party pooper, because something about the density of the energies of this paradigms dims your light, and the guidance tells you to retreat, to go within, to go back to the corridor so you can fuel yourself up, so that you can be this new wave of energy, so you can stay as a new energetic source for the consciousness around you. This is a safety measure for your particular type of energy. And that is why it's in the flame. Because when you go in, you get this guidance as to why you're here. It's like soon as you retreat, go back within, you get this joy, you get this happiness, and you start to understand who you are and what you're doing. But not only that, what I'm seeing here is that you get inklings, you get certain nudges on how to stay in alignment with the current energy that you're deeply associated with in the realm of spirit, keeping your position here as a leader, this dual mission, your dual role as a leader in both realms is a hard task, and you're learning how to balance it out. But I can see the fact that your doll is showing face up is that you're still maybe maneuvering through this energy with maintaining friendship groups, within maintaining your position in your family, while also fulfilling your role in your spiritual duties. That weighs heavy on your energy as well. But lo and behold, not only are you getting guidance, you are a guiding light to others around you, but also for the spirit world, to keep them abreast, to keep them up to date with what's going on by your energy, but also letting them know that you're able to be recalibrated when you go within. Very interesting message surrounding your brilliance. Thank you all for being here with me in tonight's healing circle. I am indeed feeling the flame. And what I would like to do is I would like to jump back into the stones, to go to the other side of what's on your shoulder, which is your path to wisdom. It's like you're so intuitive in terms of messages that you receive. It's the sensitivity I'm picking up surrounding your energy will tap you into anything and anyone. It's like something in your energy knows when you need proper guidance, or when you're looking for a direction to take surrounding things that may muddy you, that may confuse you, or simply things that you're wondering about. But being that this initial message started out with change, you're finding or looking for energies that confirm this frequency that you're feeling, and it will come to you. It may be a message or a video pop up on your YouTube channel. It may be you connecting with a random person that fuels you up, or give you a message surrounding the very thing that riddled your mind. This is a seamless process for you. Whatever you think about, it reveals or unlocks the energies to help you follow through with the direction and the guidance that you're feeling. But as you matriculate down this path, the obstacle is appearing here. very interesting. As you follow your guidance, as you follow this path of wisdom, confirming everything that you feel, there's something here that's hindering you from integrating it with the very world around you. This may be a communication issue from the spirit world to the planet that you live on, going from the 5D to the 3D. Yeah, because the energies of the shells are showing me that's where it's headed, but this obstacle is in the way. It's not necessarily stopping anything, but there's something that rises up whenever you go on this quest or whenever you go down this path. And I wonder what this is. And I would like to pull some cards to gain a little bit of insight about what this obstacle is about. What is this obstacle that is landing itself in this current thread of consciousness? And in terms of this obstacle that's showing up here, the cards that came out were mentor, producer / musician, feed, place to stay, destabilizing, and direction. And what I'm downloading here is that when you go on your path of wisdom in terms of trying to understand the energies around you, what you're starting to realize is the weight of your journey. You're realizing what it truly means to be a leader in this way. And what it is revealing to your energy is that you may have to be a mentor. You may have to guide people in a way that you did not expect because they start to look up to you. They start to look to you for their own answers. The very thing that you are doing, other energies are doing the same thing. And as you merge in the frequencies around you, you're starting to see we're all looking for the same thing. But because you're coming down or so integrated as a leader in the spirit world, you're tasked with producing maybe content, producing music, producing something from your energy, because you are the leader. You're a leader in your own right. And something about this leadership position that is bringing up this blockage, that's bringing up this obstacle, that's making you realize there's a lot of mouths that you have to feed. There's a lot of people that are in need or hungry or thirsting for the vibration of your energy. You being a leader, you being so communal. And you're trying to figure out your place. You're trying to figure out a place to stay. But this staying has more to do with your positioning in the paradigm that you live in, so that you can be seated in a healthy way or a proper way, so that you're not destabilized, so that you're not drained, so that your energy isn't depleted. Right? You're looking for the direction to help other people find their own directions. And in order for that to happen, you need to be seated, grounded. That's why the obstacle is appearing from one dimension to the next. That's why the challenge is happening in the integrative process, from going from the 5D to the 3D. You're getting so much information. You're getting so fueled by your brilliance and by your light and by your willingness and tenacity to excel. But as you integrate back into community, back into this paradigm energetically, you're starting to see the variation in energies, and people can see that too. You can't hide yourself. And you're realizing that there's a lot of energies that are needing to be uplifted, needing proper guidance, need to get this source of information from you. But this isn't coming from a place of ego. You're trying to be useful. trying to be in a proper place so you can be a catalyst for the people around you. Because what you will find is that the people that are coming to you will also feed you as well. They will feed that loneliness within you. They will feed that position that you have surrounding purpose, because they will give you that. But you're working through the mechanics of it. That's what this obstacle is. Because in order to be a healthy leader and a proper leader, you cannot operate from a place of deficit. You cannot operate from a place of deficiency, so much so that it destabilizes you. You're warped out by constantly being there for others. No, you cannot give from a place of lack. And you know this. So you're trying to find the proper place to land your feet, to be the leader that you know you're called to be. Period. That is a very blazing message, you guys. Thank you all for joining me in tonight's Healing Circle. And if you stayed thus far, please be sure to like, to share, subscribe, or comment below to let me know how these messages are showing up in your world. And the second ancestor stone is here drawing my attention. So I would like to jump back into the stones to see what this energy is about. And what I'm seeing here in the stones is there are a lot of cowrie shells surrounding your second ancestor stone or your spirit guide stone. And it's landing itself in the earth right next to your nurturing stone, surrounded by your healing journey and relationship ring. And what I'm downloading here is that your spirit guides or your ancestor team are sending this secondary message saying that it's time to come home. It's time to come home in the proper way. But it's more about nurturing you in your place of power, to be embodying the leader that you are, but also revealing that out, because the energies that are coming from the flame will not allow you to be in a sedentary place. It will not allow you to play the back seat or to be in the back seat. No, you are to be front and center, because they are nurturing you to be there. All these energies that are showing up in the cowrie shell reveals to me that these are not just shells. These are people beautifully gravitating towards your energy. And in order for you to embrace this and not feel overwhelmed, there must be an embrace of your purpose. There must be an acknowledgement that where you have landed on your healing journey, it has placed you in this position. It should be honorable for you to be here. And not look at it as people are bothering you or people are always pulling on your energy. No, it's saying to me that you have elevated yourself so much to the point that people have recognized you. And not only that, you are able to show people the proper way in the midst of their chaos, in the midst of their fruitful quest of trying to understand where they need to go. You are the one. This should be celebratory. And as you embrace and as you integrate yourself with this energy, you're going to learn how to balance yourself out. Learning how to properly fuel yourself and when to cultivate your relationship with community, with the people, and knowing how to create these boundaries. This is quite beautiful what I'm seeing here in the element of earth, because they're saying to me, it's time to be seen in a way that's authentic to you so that the world can get a whiff of what your energy is about, of where you truly come from on a spiritual level, because it's coming from your ancestor stone. Yeah, period. Very large message. Thank you all for being here with me in tonight's healing circle. And with that being said, I am indeed hot. You have kept me in this fire close to the edge, and I would like to take this time to come down and close out tonight's healing circle. And I will see you all at the next.